It was one Sunday I was serving in the back on the usher team, and I looked up and there's like 8 women's basketball players standing in a row, and I'm like, wow, we only have 12 players on our roster, and there's over half of our players here. And it really made me like, hey, this is why I do what I do. Because being a coach is tough. It's tough, and there's some days you're like, why do I do this? And then it's those moments that's like, this is why I do it, to allow God to use me. It's awesome to see what God's doing throughout our program, and even the way that they move outside of church, seeing some of those changes and seeing growth in those things. It's been a blessing. Like I said, sometimes I think about it and it like brings me to tears. I'm like, wow.
The change that I've seen really in Aliyah has been like, I don't know, it's kind of cool just to sit back and just watch it all. It's the way her her eyes like glow when she talks about the different team players and how they're growing closer to the Lord, and really seeing kind of how God's been working from the first time she stepped foot on campus. Just the excitement of what God's been doing in their lives and how Aliyah's been that seed and to really help them grow in this season.
Coming to Fray is when I really stepped into that real relationship with him. And then after getting baptized, it was like straightforward from there. So my life has changed over the year, of course. And obviously there's been up and downs. Nothing's been easy, but I've turned my whole life around in a year.
I've also dealt with like a lot of injuries with basketball, which puts you in a tough place mentally and stuff. So being as a person who normally relies on themselves and it's like, I can get myself through anything, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And then having a relationship with God, and it's just like, I don't have to put all that pressure on myself. I also have somebody who I can talk to, and it's not all on me to get myself through this injury. I have somebody who's actually there for me.
It's honestly so crazy. I think our whole row raised our hand at the end of service when you were like, if you want to dedicate your life to Christ, you want to take a new step. I think all 7 of us raised our hand. And I remember that to this day. And then since then, we just kept coming back.
Since I've been consistent in my faith, I've been consistent with everything else in my life. It's cool because we all come as a team. So now it's like, oh, we play basketball, and I know you on the court, but now I know, whoa, like, this is how you feel, like, you know what I mean? So I would say that, like, every other part of my life, my relationship with people have been consistent, on the court has been consistent, my mom's, like, my pops, like, everybody, like, it's just, I don't know, everything's just better.
When you obey God and you make a decision to say, hey, look, I don't know how this is gonna look like, but I'm going to make a decision and commitment to you, He ends up filling your cup, and you end up overflowing in abundance and joy and peace. I'm sitting here married and like with Aliyah, and she's, like he said, my best friend, my soulmate. I always say, like, yo, she's my rib, and I couldn't write the script any better than how God wrote it. And it's like, when you decide to kind of surrender and give Him the pen, He takes care of it.
I walked into Fray expecting, hey, I'm searching for and looking for community, right? And God exceeded that expectation. I found community, I found my soulmate, I found my best friend, I found somebody to do life with. So it's really great to see what God will do with your obedience and your yes. Every time He exceeds your expectations. So it's like you're looking for something and He's gonna give you that and more. So I think the more you are committed to the process and committed to like, hey, let me take this leap, let me move and do what God is telling me to do, knowing and understanding that He will exceed that expectation. And at the end of the day, like I was saying earlier, it's bigger than basketball. So yes, we wanna win and we wanna win championship and cut down nets and things like that, but we trust God's sovereignty to know that His goodness isn't defined by a win or a loss.